man, it is not looking good for Kim Cheatle. It's just not looking good. And I mean, we've been saying that for forever now. It just hasn't been looking good from the beginning. I mean, how do you let the president of the United States, or at least he's not even a president yet, but he's a nominee, get popped? Just how? And we were sitting here like, what the heck? You got to be kidding me. And so we're here to jump right into this. Jim Jordan is absolutely demolishing Kimberly Cheatle. So we're going to jump right into this. If you're new here, welcome to the King Squad. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share these videos. It really helps get the truth out there, and so more people can be exposed to the truth and enjoy this content just like you right now. So that's that. I will be giving my commentary more so on the back end. Stay tuned for that. Let's get right into it.
Quote, the assertion that a member, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director, were you guessing or lying? The day after President Trump is shot, Secret Service spokesman Anthony Guglielmi said, quote, the assertion that a member of the former president's security team requested additional security resources that the U.S. Secret Service or the Department of Homeland Security rebuffed is absolutely false. The next day, Secretary Mayorkas said that is an unequivocally false assertion. We had not received any request for additional security measures that were rebuffed. But 5 days later, the Washington Post said this: top officials repeatedly rejected requests from Donald Trump's security detail for more personnel. The next day, the New York Times said this: Mr. Guglielmi acknowledged that the Secret Service had turned down some requests for additional federal security assets for Mr. Trump's detail. So which is it? Because both statements can't be true. Were you guessing or lying when you said you didn't turn down requests from President Trump's detail?
Neither, sir, and I appreciate the question.
Well, what were you doing? Because those statements don't jive.
So what I can tell you is that for the event in Butler, there were no requests that were denied. As far as requests...
Well, maybe they got tired of asking. Maybe you turned them down so darn much, they said, not worth asking. How many times did you turn them down ahead of that?
I think that it is important to distinguish between what some people may view as a denial of an asset or a request.
Well, is Mr. Guglielmi your spokesperson? He said he acknowledged the Secret Service had turned down some requests. I'm asking how many?
A denial of a request does not equal a vulnerability.
Well, tell me what it is.
There are a number of ways that threats and risks can be mitigated with a number of different assets, whether that be through personnel, whether that be through technology, or other resources.
Well, tell the committee which it was. They asked for additional help in some form or another. You told them no. How many times did you tell them no, and what did you tell them no to?
Again, I cannot speak to specific incidents, but I can tell you in general terms, the Secret Service is judicious with their resources based on...
What does some requests mean? How many times? Some indicate requests is plural. So more than once they asked for additional help and you turned them down. What did they ask for and how many times did you turn them down? Pretty basic questions.
So again, without having all of the details in front of me, sir, what I can tell you is that there are times...
You didn't get briefed on how many times you turned down the Trump detail when they asked for additional help?
I'm sorry.
You didn't get briefed on that before you came to this hearing knowing you were going to get asked that question?
What I can tell you is that in generic terms, when details make a request, there are times that there are alternate ways to cover off on that threat or that risk.
But that's not what he said. He said they were denied certain requests, some requests. This is your spokesperson, not me talking. This is the Secret Service talking. And what a change from absolutely false, unequivocally false to, oh, by the way, there were some times where we didn't give them what they wanted. That's a huge change in 5 days. And the fact that you can't answer how many times you did that, that's pretty darn frustrating, not just for me, but for the country.
I hear your frustration.
Let me ask you this. Were any of those requests denied to President Trump's detail after you knew about the Iranian threat?
What I can tell you, again, I don't know the specifics, is that there are times when we can fill a request.
We got to get her out of here, man. She's got to resign. We got to fire her. We got to do something. I mean, it's unacceptable. It's just unacceptable. And then she doesn't have answers. She's clearly shuffling. It's just all over the place.
It doesn't necessarily have to be with a Secret Service asset or resource. We can fill that request with locally available assets.
You spoke to anyone at the White House since July 13th?
Yes, I have.
Who'd you talk to?
I have briefed the president and the vice president.
Talk to the First Lady?
No, I have not.
Talk to the White House staff? Anyone in the White House communications?
No, I have not.
Have you talked to the counter sniper who took the shot that took out the bad guy?
Yes, I have.
And can you tell us about that conversation?
I would not want to reveal conversations that I've had with my employees.
But that's exactly the kind of information the American people want to know. American people who pay your salary.
I understand. This is an ongoing investigation, and
Who's all doing the investigating at Secret Service? I know the Inspector General, but is there also an internal investigation in addition to the Inspector General?
We are conducting a mission assurance investigation internally, yes.
You know what it looks like, Director? It looks like you won't answer some pretty basic questions. It looks like you got a 9% raise and you cut corners when it came to protecting one of the most important individuals, most well-known individuals on the planet. A former president, likely the guy who's going to be the next president. Looks like you guys were cutting corners. That's what it looks like to me. Is that?
He is going in. She is getting chopped up like some hibachi. Oh my gosh. And rightfully so. You know, it like we stated before, it was nothing but the grace of God that the bullet did not go through Trump's brain, and you know they tried to pull one of like an assassination on Kennedy, like even though they tried to pull something like that on Trump, but I guess I just there's nothing but God. That's one of those ones where it's like yeah, that's God. But yeah, other than that, I mean. Some people speculated that she wanted, like she was aware and maybe she wanted it to happen. Some people have speculated that. Now, I don't know. I don't know what her political views are, but what in her mind made her say, oh yeah, we can just loosen up on security and oh yeah, nothing bad is going to happen despite the entire political assassination that Trump's been enduring. So I just don't understand how she just had such terrible judgment. It's wild. Comment down below what you guys think. Should she be fired? Do you think she's still a great Secret Service director? What do you think about all this?
Is that true?
I am here today because I want to answer questions, but I also want to be cautious.
Didn't she get subpoenaed? Like, you definitely were dodging these people and they had to subpoena you. Granted, that's not always the time when a subpoena occurs, but yeah, no, they subpoenaed you.
Want to, but you haven't answered. I don't think you've answered one question from the chairman, the ranking member, or me. Well, we got a lot of other people asking. We'll see if your record improves, but right now you haven't answered, I don't think, any questions. I yield back.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Wow. That is just crazy. And she just has this blank stare about her. And she's not communicating. Like, I get that some things are confidential. I get that certain things she can't talk about because, okay, this is government top classified secret stuff and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it already looks bad for you, okay? She already does not look good in the public eye. She already is shuffling. She's already all over the place. And on top of that, you know, Trump came out with a bandage. He had to go to the hospital. Okay, the people want answers. And you got to start giving them something, okay? Because they're going to keep coming for you. It's not going to stop. We're not just going to, like, overlook this. Because Trump definitely is most likely to win the presidency, okay? And with that being said, that's 4 years right there. Okay, we're still going to be looking at her and saying, okay, because everybody, this is going down in history. Trump right now, as of right now, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, no, I'm not mistaken, but Trump as of right now is the last president to be shot as of right now. That's huge. Like, that's really huge. And then he survives. What? And on top of that, I think he's like the first president nominee to get shot. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's like the first presidential nominee. So whole thing is just entirely insane. So that's my thoughts on it, guys. I just think that she's unfit to be the Secret Service director. I think she needs to go. And I don't think she should have this much power, quite frankly. I don't think she can handle it. I think she's kind of aloof and unorganized. So that's my thoughts. You guys comment down below what you guys think. And Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate everybody's support. Share these videos out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.